It is the first ever 787 Dreamliner in the Turkish Airlines livery from Herpa Wings in scale 1 to 500, so of course we have to take a closer look. With that, welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at a Boeing 787-9 from Turkish Airlines. At the front of the box we have the cutout, so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft model inside, and on top of the box you have the Turkish Airlines branding. Then on the back side of the box we don't have much, but we have another cutout, so we can see the aircraft from the underside. And here she is, the Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner in the current livery of Turkish Airlines. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this is the first Dreamliner in the livery of Turkish Airlines we get from Herpa Wings in scale 500. But it is not just that, it is also in fact a replica of the very first Dreamliner ever for Turkish Airlines in real life. So let's see what details this aircraft model has in store for us. At the tail of the aircraft we find the Turkish Airlines branding on the vertical stabilizer. On the fuselage we then find a depiction of a tulip, the aircraft type specification, the Dreamliner branding, the full registration code. On the horizontal stabilizers we also have some nice markings, and we of course also find a little bit of detailing around the APU exhaust. At the front of the aircraft and across the fuselage we then have the writing of Turkish Airlines. We also have the Turkish flag. Then we also find the Star Alliance logo, of which Turkish Airlines of course is a full member, and underneath that we have the name of the aircraft. At the top of the fuselage we then also find this lovely sat dome. The cockpit section itself is maybe a little bit bare-boned, but at least we do have the window wipers printed on, and above the cockpit windows we also find the emergency hatch for the cockpit printed on. The engine nacelles have been kept in all white, just as most of the fuselage. The only detail here really are the silver leading edges, but they do look rather nice. Of course, if you look from the backside we can see the chevron nozzles, and I think Herpa has done a great job with those. And of course, if we look into the engines from the front, we could then also very nicely see the engine fan blades. Then we should also spend a little bit of time with the wings. If we take a look here at the top side, we can see all the different flaps, slats and spoilers carved out very nicely. We also have the markings as to where to walk on them, or for example also the full registration code, which we then also find on the underside of the aircraft. That leads us to the belly, where we have this lovely detail of the Turkish Airlines branding, unfortunately slightly impaled by a hole in the fuselage for a stand which is not included with this aircraft model. Luckily, Herpa has done a better job with the landing gear. Here we can see the main landing gear underneath the wings, and I think that looks really nice. Also, the front landing gear looks rather decent. Of course, I would always wish for a few more markings, but we only get them with Herpa Wings Club models. And then last but not least, we of course also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here on the back side of the aircraft, and here at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Boeing 787-9 in the current livery of Turkish Airlines. And what can we say about this aircraft model? Well, while it for me isn't my favorite delivery on a Dreamliner, it's certainly not a bad one, and Herpa has done a great job replicating it here in the print. Also, the physical details are excellent. I really can't fault anything here. So overall, I think if you like Turkish Airlines or the Dreamliner, I'd say yeah, it's absolutely worth having in one's collection. Now with that we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated. And of course, if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome. With that, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.